In everyday routine, we actually need energy to expertise, exist, and find things finished our lives et al. But here and there we will miss life by operating ourselves out of it. Truly like this, I am unable to be irritated, it's merely associate degree excessive quantity of elbow grease, I'm drained. It isn't doing, who cares, sure, sooner or later. Yes, I notice that I got to, yet. Sound natural? Just in case this is often you, and your speech this to yourself likewise on others, you're deficient with regard to one of the important fixings within the formula of life, motivation, inspiration, the mental part that excites someone to activity toward a required objective, the justification for the activity. All in all, we will characterize inspiration. However, will that assist? Usually insufficient. What's this issue known as inspiration? Wherever does one notice it? However, may we tend to get persuaded? The primary mystery to share here is secret number 1. Inspiration is not an issue, it's something, however a thing. You will not ever stumble over inspiration that someone has left within the lab, nor can you discover a bit of it within the cooler. Has anybody at any purpose purchased a weight unit of inspiration from the shop? I believe not. Assuming that matters, what's inspiration, however, may we tend to be spurred, and everyone the additional considerably. However, may we tend to rouse ourselves? Would you prefer limitless inspiration? Will this intrigue you? Only if this is often true. Browse on in lightweight of the actual fact that that's the arrangement of this text. Inspiration could be a bunch of reasoning methodologies or cycles that we tend to last ourselves. Did you see what you latterly read? That we tend to run ourselves. What is the significance here? It implies that we tend to be in charge of however roused or not we tend to be. It implies there's no reason for seeking anew to provide inspiration to America, so it's inconceivable for somebody else to influence us. Nobody, however, we will conclude what's or alternately is not persuasive to America. Thus, secret number 2 to inspiration is we are in charge of the measure of inspiration we've. Would you be able to begin to discover the force you have got over yourself after you assume liability for yourself? Would it be that drives America to feel spurred? What drives inspiration? More, however, will inspiration drive America toward what we'd like, require, or accept? What's this fuel? The acceptable response carries America to secret number 3, feelings as the fuel of inspiration, and finally as what drives America. Permit America to research however feelings drive or move us to activity. The simplest spot to start may well be with the word feeling. E-movement. As we glance all the additional rigorously at this word, we will see its style. Energy and motion. E-movement. Our feelings are our energy. Ordinarily, we will place feelings into 3 clear classifications: positive, neutral, negative, as we will characterize our feelings into these 3 basic types. Then, at that time, what will that likewise say concerning our energy? All things thought about, we will create similar qualifications for our varieties of energy: positive, bipartisan, and negative energy. This leads America to secret number 4. Individuals are galvanized, will vertical bar and may vertical bar and might persuade themselves utilizing these 3 distinct styles of energy. Thus can you. The result of excellent feeling often provides America the energy to advance toward what want vertical bar we'd like, vertical bar we want, or need. We tend to away or another vibration force or drawn, spurred. As we tend to expertise bipartisan feelings we will live with or while not it, and with negative feelings, we tend to expertise inconvenience, a sort of torment, and that we, are spurred, conceive to move or produce a long way from the rationale for such. We will address this with a chart, the axis of motivation, regardless of whether we tend to escape from the aggravation and results or toward the positive sentiments or leads to our day after day existence. Each creates energy that we tend to establish to accomplish one thing. This is often thought of. Presently, what this offers America could be a technique for making limitless inspiration for all the world we'd like to try to or have throughout lifestyle. Ordinarily, individuals have associate degree inclination to the finish of the persuasive pivot they inspire or get roused by. We will cause ourselves many inquiries to acknowledge our own inclination for obtaining spurred. Raise yourself the incidental inquiries and spot just in case you're galvanized toward what you wish or aloof from what you do not need. I get up within the initial part of the day. 1. Since I want to. Away from. 2. Since I want to start the day. Toward. I take my medication routinely. 1. Since I want to be and continue with life as utterly as potential. Toward. 2. Since in such a case that I do not, I'll end up to spew or doubtless with error away from. At the point when asked, I will go out and associate with others. 1. Since I like to meet and be with others. Toward. 2. Since it is inconsiderate, not very, and I would prefer not to agitate anybody. Away from. I keep my home clean. 1. Since I like it like that. Toward. 2. Since I get groaned at if I don't, or somebody sudden may come round. Away from. I comprehend that standard exercise is sound for you. 1. Furthermore, I practice since I need to get the medical advantages from it. Toward. 2. Also, I practice since, in such a case that I don't have, my well-being might deteriorate. Away from. I get things done. 1. Since I can. 2. Since I need to. What number of towards or away from did you relate to? A great many people will wind up utilizing inspiration at only one finish of the hub, either predominantly toward or basically away from. Since you have this comprehension of how you are commonly spurred, we can move to secret number 5. This mystery is the one that brings the wide range of various privileged insights together and will tell you the best way to get limitless measures of inspiration for the remainder of your life. Secret number 5 says consolidate both away from and toward energies simultaneously, and you will make an individual inspiration that pushes you right into it. By becoming mindful of the other energy accessible to you, at the opposite finish of the inspiration hub, you can increase the passionate inspiration to get you to make a move, to feel spurred. Lastly, in charge of you. Either now or later, require 5 minutes to take yourself through the limitless inspiration design beneath. These straightforward inquiries can be applied to anything that you really want more inspiration for. Anytime, any place. After you have utilized this example a few times, you will be inspiring yourself and potentially others like a specialist. The unlimited amounts of motivation. Pattern 1. Distinguish something in your life you need to have or be more spurred about. This can be anything: getting out more, going to the exercise center, or doing the housework. Anything. 2. Whenever you have distinguished something, record it, so you remember what you are really going after. 3. Notice your present inspiration style related to this movement. Would you say you are roused away from or toward? In case you are away from, perusing and ask yourself section A. In case you are toward, peruse and ask yourself part B. Section A. You are getting away from the aggravation or results, yet you can endure it for some time. First notification: how genuine the uneasiness is. The thing that else could be an issue or considerably more difficult if you don't make a move on this. To add much more energy to your inspiration, notice what you will get that is acceptable or pleasurable whenever you have made the move or begun the action. Notice how great it feels and how great it will feel when you have finished this action. So as you experience all of this with regard to that action, notice exactly how much energy you have for finding the way to do it. Go do it then. At that point. Part B. You are pushing toward the movement, however, it doesn't pull on you enough to make any move. First notification: exactly what draws in or pulls you toward it in any case. Truth be told, presently as you contemplate that, ask yourself, what is imperative to me about this? How might the significance of this affect you? What is your opinion about it presently? Knowing this, simply envision what it would mean on the off chance that you never did this. You could never understand this significance and its significance. It very well may be the beginning of tarrying on other significant and significant things throughout everyday life. You wouldn't need that to be valid, would you? Be with this mindfulness. Notice the elevated delight and conceivable torment if you don't follow up on this in a hurry. Seconds ago, Notice how much energy and inspiration you now have for this. Continue ahead with it then. At that point, compliment yourself on doing or beginning the movement. Notice how well you can inspire you to make the moves that are imperative to you. Notice the feeling of autonomy and pride you have for yourself as you read this and begin to make the principal moves to becoming pro at fostering your own inspiration. Envision the conceivable outcomes you currently have for your life. Now,